First thing I had to do was fake an injury. Once I got a sling for my arm and a cast for my leg, my old trainer left me alone. Not only that, but I got out of yard work, hiking, and when my mom asked me to help her move, I said no.
Don't be miserable and muscle-bound. Be a slob now. I did it, and so can you. Sure!
Welcome to Lunch Therapy. This is Interview Friday, Lunch Therapy number 508. So glad to see people here. Feel free to comment in the chat room. We got Pam Palmieri here, Slobox, Slob90X. Holy hummingbirds. Pam is in the house. We got a great guest today. We got Matthew Moore. He is an incredible improv artist. Improv for the people. And we're going to be having him on the show here. But first, I want to tell you, Mike Knox is here. Thank you to Mike Knox for recommending Matthew Moore. Mike and I were over at the Fourth Wall doing some comedy stylings. And he said, you know what, you got to have Matthew Moore on the show. And I was like, bring it. And you know what? He's bringing it because he brought his whole body into the studio, which is awesome to have him here. I'm so excited about that. And he's hanging out with Boney right now. Boney, get away from that, Boney. Come on now. That's totally inappropriate. Slob90X, yes. Slob90X is our sponsor today. Brought to you by Couch Body for a slow, lazy, ordinary body. Yes, for advocating that. My fabulous cousin, Deborah Nelson, is here. So glad to have your cousin on the show. Howard Aronin, of course, the darling of comedy, is here. Mike Knox and Matthew Moore. Got a lot of comedians in the house. Speaking of comedians, I wanted to say that I wanted to tell you about Stand Up for Recovery, which is if you're in Atlanta, Georgia. We've got, this music's way too loud, but it's very exciting. We've got the Holiday AF show, alcohol free. That's what AF stands for, of course. And Midnight Friday, December 8th. Richie Satori's been on the show. They're doing one night at a time over there. So anybody in Atlanta, get your butt over there to the Comedy Theater Underground. December 8th. So you got time. I think there's a link in the show notes. Boney, is there a link in the show notes? Okay, good. And the other thing I want to tell you about is hilarious comedy called Hell Cab is being done over at Theater 68. That's in Los Angeles. And our very own Tom Kearney is in this production. I hear it's a fantastic play. I have a friend who was in the original cast, Tara Chokol. Everybody says this is a blast. So get on over there, and there is a code 401 that will get you a discount on the tickets. I don't know whether I'm allowed to say that, but I'm just saying it. So let's get into the show called Lunch Therapy. Special guest, Matthew Moore. I'm gonna get myself a modem. 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 Matthew. We're going to breathe because that's what we do on the show. With the help of healing vibrations. This is actually from their channel called Chakra Vibrations. They've got a new channel on YouTube. Bonnie, can you have that changed? Oh, you did it already. Wow. Thanks a lot. Basically, it's sound bowls and chakras put together, mix them up, chomp them down. You can have them anytime, 24 hours a day for free. So that's a pretty good deal. So we're going to breathe. I think I had way too much coffee this morning, so I about in through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Chuck Goldsmith is here. Hello from Long Beach. Good to see you, Chuck. RN area code. No one knows what it means, Chuck? Not sure. Maybe somebody could translate. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. One more. In through the nose, out through the toes. Let it go. Elizabeth Croydon is in the house. What a great guest, she says. Thanks, Elizabeth. Hi, Joel, says Chuck Goldsmith. The Rhode Island area code 401, straight out of Cranston. Rhode Island, that is. All right, I like it. I like it. I guess that's funny. You know, Chuck Goldsmith is a budding comedian. He's been over there at the Comedy Store a lot, doing the open mic, and he's also been at the Laugh Factory, I believe. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Today we have a little musical therapy from Mystic Hung, and then we're going to get into the interview. Right, Mystic Hung is our friend in Spain who plays the Hung drum. Really appreciate his work on the show. That's a big hung. You really hung today. That's what she said. Yo, that's what she said. Never gets old. Always new. So he said something about this, and I'm going to read it to you while he plays. It was all in Spanish, so I had Boney translate it. He said, imagine this scenario. Calm music, the sound of the river in the background, and me there playing these melodies that flow with the current. It's like a kind of musical therapy with nature. Give yourself a break. Feel free to take a look, enjoying this little musical getaway. I hope you love recording it as much as I do. I think that, Boney, that's not proper translation. Recording it as much as listening to it. Recordando! Thank you. Remembering it. Anyway, I should just be quiet, let you enjoy it for a little while. Solace is here. Greg Werla. Next time, instead of a hang drum, a blistering guitar solo. You know what? I'll take your advice, Greg. Greg is a huge fan of the hung drum. I'll tell you that. Huge fan. All right, we're getting into the interview. We got a live in-studio guest today. What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
We're an improv studio that welcomes everyone, not just actors. We certainly have actors in the studio, but we have it's a great studio for people who want to learn this phenomenal art form, improv.
I come to improv because I work a full-time job, and this is the one place a week that I look forward to more than anything, and I just zone out everything, and I just have so much fun, and these people are like family to me.
When you attend Improv for the People, you don't need to have any acting experience, you don't need to have any improv experience. You just need to have an open mind and be ready to come in and have fun and embrace this art form called improv.
It's a lot of fun, there's a lot of energy. I love our teacher, Matt, the group, the people.
People who are interested in Improv for the People are welcome to come and take a class. The first class is called the audit class at no cost. Just come on by and check it out. Members of Improv for the People benefit from the art form in a number of ways, increasing communication skills. A lot of our members come here to help them in their careers. Also, it helps in social skills. We believe it helps in relationships. It's just a great art form, improv, for everybody. So we'd love to have you come on by, drop in for an audit class, and check out Improv for the People. We're an improv studio that welcomes everyone, not just actors. Yes. We did it. We did it.
Oh my God, I'm so glad to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thanks.
In studio, I don't know what the benefits are of in studio, but it's pretty good, I think.
I think there's a nice vibe.
I think it
Are you feeling
is a
it?
good feeling. Yeah, I'm totally feeling
That
it.
was
Increase testosterone.
okay.
Ah, it's good for your testosterone.
Bonnie has a funny voice.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
You know,
does.
we try not to make fun of Boney too much.
I was making fun.
Oh yeah, Boney. What is your accent anyway?
I don't know. I'm from Flatbush. If you got a problem with it, take it up with New York. I don't know.
I'm a little scared about you sometimes, especially when he's running the show, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with Bonnie.
You never know. So improv for the people.
Ha 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 ha.
See?
See what I do?
Control. That's what
I got control over you people.
Oh, there we are.
There we are. I want to welcome everybody in the chat room, and I want to let you know that if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and we can see them, and we'll try and answer them. We'll try and incorporate it into the interview. Tell us about, since we showed the trailer at the beginning, just tell us about Improv for the People and what that's all.
Yeah, no. So Improv for the People. In fact, that video has been around a little while, and I had 3 more hairs then than I do now. That's all right. That's all right.
It looks so young.
Yeah, it looks so young. Wait, that's what you said in the video when I walked in today.
You walked in, I was like, this can't be him.
No, who brought in the crypt people? I'm fighting a little laryngitis, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Don't pick on the crypt people. They're my friends.
Yeah. IFTP is that stands for Improv for the People. Joel.
Thank you.
Did you figure that out?
You've now shortened it down, and the people in the cult, they say that IFTP.
Yeah.
right?
Okay. All right.
That
Cool.
happens.
Yeah.
It's good to have terminology in the cult, right?
Yeah.
That's what my cults, we all have terminology.
Do cults have to pay taxes?
You know,
This is what I
no.
want to know.
If they
No,
declare
they're a
themselves a
religion.
religion, that's one of the benefits of having a
Yeah,
cult.
that's what I thought.
That's why you should maybe turn yours into a cult.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a suggestion.
So we just turned 15. We're 15 years old. I know. Yay, IFTP.
Yay.
So we started in 2008.
Mhm.
August 30th was our birthday.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Congratulations!
Yeah, thanks.
Wow.
And so we've been around. That video that we saw was from a while back, but still, stands the test of time.
Yeah.
We've outgrown in those 15 years, I think 4 venues, right? So we started small because we had 1 class.
Yeah.
15 years ago. Then it became 2 classes and 3, and then our venue grew. We had to move. Our venue grew again. We had to move. We had to move again. Now we've landed on I hope is our home for a long time. I think it will be the Pico Theater.
That's a nice place.
It is. So
That's over there by Fox Studios and.
yeah, it's just west of Fox on Pico. It's by the KFC. You ever been
Oh my God! That's why I know it so well. Just over there with my hand in the bucket all the time.
there? Yeah, hand in the bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little hot sauce.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God! We got
Bonnie has access to images.
I love this.
Yeah, so now we're there. So we've been there for about 5 years, and state-of-the-art venue, beautiful theater, beautiful classrooms, and we have 10 classes a week and 5 or 6 teachers, including myself, and shows, and it's a big thing.
Did you start improv for the people just yourself started, or was there a group of people?
Well, I was in the hotel business for about 20 years, and I would be taking improv classes. Then I'd run to work at the hotel, and I found myself using the techniques of improv to train our staff and increase engagement with guests. And a few of my hotel buddies and a couple others asked me, "You love this art form so much. Why don't you teach a class?" And I'm like, "Wow, that's an idea." And so I was hanging out with my other friend Adam, and I was telling him in New York, I have this idea because I think it's a great art form for everybody. He goes, he was eating a sandwich, and he says,
God.
"I go to yoga for the people. Why don't you call it improv?"
You remember like so
like it was yesterday. So that's where it was born. So we had our first class. I started it, but I will tell you, it takes a village to run improv for the people now. It's we have the best faculty, the best members in town. It takes a lot of people to run it.
How many members you got?
Well, currently, like actively taking classes, about 100, maybe 140.
Oh
around.
my
140.
God, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
I think that's about right.
people. So you run it as a membership organization, right? Like a gym, right?
We're month to month like a gym.
Month to month.
I feel like I just yelled that at you. Did I feel like I was yelling?
You yelled so loud. It's now raining potatoes.
Potatoes?
Yeah, it's a potato storm. Oh my God, I'm gonna need. Good thing I wore a hat.
I know, I sure hat. What was the question?
The question is, 140 people. You run it like a membership.
Yeah.
You run it like a gym. You said.
Yeah. So
That's different from most of these organizations.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. So I don't. Yeah, I guess it is. But we're month to month like a gym membership. The vast majority of our members stay with us a long time.
Yeah. Do you from what I understand, you have at least 2 that have been there 15 years. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the other thing is, it's not just geared towards actors and comedians, right? I mean, lots of different people take it.
Yeah, we have our fair share of actors and writers and comedians, but we have a very healthy number of people who are in sales, people who are, their bosses send them to us. You know what you're doing, you're great at your job, but you kind of freeze up when you're talking in front of clients or when you're giving a presentation. Go take an IFTP class. We have a lot of people in tech for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm in tech.
You are?
Yes.
Well, how come you're not at IFTP?
I don't know. They haven't been telling me about it. I think it's a secret that they have. Maybe they're not telling people.
No, it's a great life hack. So I have bubbles around me now.
Bubbles. This is great.
No,
this is some of the benefits of having Boney running the show, because you just never know what's.
You never know. I feel
like improv.
It's kind of like improv, isn't it?
It is.
I feel like it's like a Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
for the kids.
There's many kids are watching right now.
150. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Very similar to the membership of.
Yeah, maybe they're the same people.
To perform in the shows, though.
Yeah, who gets to perform in the shows?
That's a great question. So we do have a main company at IFTP. There's about 7 of us. So we do we do shows, but we also have shows for lots of people at IFTP. So yeah, we have a very organic approach to I don't even like to say levels, but I'll say it. So we're not like Improv 101 the first 6 weeks and then Improv 201. That is a structure that works for a lot of studios. It's great. It's great for them. It's not who we are. So as our members progress through their improv journey, maybe a faculty member will come to me and say, "Hey, Matt, I think, pick a name. Laura, I made that name up.
Oh my God, this is the improv skills, right?
Yeah. Look what I did. See what I did? I said, Laura.
Yeah. All of a sudden I see like a person.
I see a person.
Yeah. I'm seeing like a
Glass menagerie.
It's just like that, Bonnie. Yeah, so we'll say, her acting or her character work is strong, her points of view are strong, she's makes some good choices. So then we approach the member and say, would you like to do the next show? And they can say yes or no. Usually they say yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then our people who are doing their first shows, often those shows are short form games, short scenes. They're really, really fun. And the audience is very engaged. And then as they progress in their improv journey,
Yeah.
then they start getting to do more long form in shows. We have a couple of shows that are all long form. Usually it's main company. Like we do a show called Agatha Christie Unscripted about once a year
Oh.
with a
Cool.
set. I don't want to
Oh.
brag, but we have a chandelier.
Oh my God.
No, don't
wow.
stop.
Chandelier.
Love
here.
it.
That's what we need in here.
It's a chandelier.
Right there.
It's a light fixture. Where'd you get that? Lowe's? Is that from Lowe's?
Yeah, very nice.
No.
We got to step it up around here, but one step at a time.
Once every time. Yeah. So that's kind of what the journey for an IFTP person in regards to shows. That's kind of what that looks like. But a lot of people don't. I don't know if I should. I would say there's a chunk of people at IFTP that they don't want to do shows.
Yeah.
They're just there to hone the art form and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody who goes to the gym doesn't want to be a bodybuilder.
Do you?
Yes.
You want to be a body?
Desperately.
Yeah.
I've been trying, but I just, maybe I should get the testosterone shot. I
don't
can't figure it out.
I don't know.
Can't figure out what to do.
In the butt, Bob.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I started kind of late for bodybuilding. So,
You did?
yeah, I started just last week.
You fit.
Well, I'm fit, but not like short.
It's in his pants at the moment.
Barely.
I had to walk through. So for the viewers at home, I had to walk through a gym
Yes.
to get to
here.
the studio.
Yeah, it's a very, it's an undisclosed location for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to see the address.
No, don't
But
say
you got scared. You just got scared that I'm going to say your home address. Your
Please don't
studio address.
tell them where I live.
Okay. Well,
Look at the rabbit. It's a little distracting thing from that thing. So you started though. You're in the hotel business. First of all, I just want to say, in the hotel business,
I look really cute today, don't I?
Yeah, you look sharp.
Yeah.
The hotel business, you were in there for 20 years, and you rose to the top of the chain, right? Like you were like the big boss of it.
It was, yeah.
Are there any fun stories you can tell us about the hotel business?
Well, if any of your viewers have ever been or are in the hotel.
Oh, it's
That
the
is,
hotel business.
oh, okay. Can they still hear us, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I think so. So here we are. Now we're
And now it's black and white.
It's noir. This is called
It's like-
yeah.
See what I do?
Just like in the hotel
I
business.
walked into the Holiday Inn and there she was.
Yeah.
It was a puffin. I see what you did there, Bonnie. That was good. You found a puffin that fast?
Yeah. He's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah. So fun hotel stories. Yeah, those of us who are over in the hotel, we all have stories, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Hotel businesses.
Yeah, people like to have sex.
Oh yeah. In
People-
hotels.
Do?
Yeah,
Not in Los Angeles.
I beg to differ, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I beg to differ. So we've had people having sex in hallways and
In the hallways.
yeah.
I mean, did you yell, get a room? I mean, is that the thing? Did you yell?
Hey, well,
I can set you up with one right now. at the front desk.
yeah. So what other stories? Yeah. I've
You can't tell them, Harry.
well, some of them are
Any gruesome deaths? I mean, that's a terrible thing. On
Oh,
a comedic show like this.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Happens. Unfortunately, it never
Yeah.
happened when I was around, but yeah, that can happen. We all, that's not
It's not a
one
problem.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh, just say it.
I wasn't there, but
Get the beep button.
it wasn't even a hotel I was working in, but it was a neighboring hotel. Someone had, unfortunately, I guess, jumped,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's and I heartfelt. It's an express checkout.
That is
No, that's a tragic, thing that happens. But,
no. Well, I mean, people go to hotel rooms for various lascivious reasons, right?
have you done that?
Of course. I mean,
have?
hotel rooms. I haven't jumped out the window, but
No.
I've gone for lascivious reasons. I think
I think lascivious is the word of the day.
it is. It's a good one. All right, how about ghosts? Any ghosts?
We had a room, room 410, and I'm not
Mhm.
going to say the hotel.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure 410 is haunted.
Oh,
Yeah.
how do you know?
Well, housekeepers. Listen, by the way, let me tell you a story, and your
Okay.
viewers.
Mhm.
You want to know what's going on in a hotel?
Yeah.
You talk to the housekeepers. They know everything,
Yeah.
right? And they know everything about they can have a sense of what a guest's life is like just by what that room looks like or what they bring, whatever. It's fascinating. So lots of reports from this particular room from housekeepers who would say, things were moved and lights would come on and off as I was cleaning. And it's weird because new housekeepers,
Yeah.
wouldn't tell them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They'd say, hey, something weird happened in room 410 today, without them having the history of that.
It was always 410.
It's always 410, yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, my cousin's in 410.
Yeah, it's
Really?
Boney's
Yeah.
cousin.
He likes the view.
Boney knows all the hotel secrets, actually.
Give it, Boney, give
Yeah.
us a hotel secret.
Yeah, tell us one.
Well, in Santa Maria,
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be
the
a long story.
hotel there is definitely haunted because there was a group of people there making a movie,
Mhm.
and every night there would be somebody banging on the door, and you'd go to the door, you'd open the door, and nobody was there. This was happening.
Yeah. So, one of our, my wife actually, and also a contributor to the show, she stayed at this hotel in Santa Maria when they were
Oh.
doing a horror movie. They were
Also, that Boney's speaking truth.
called The Intervention, and Boney was up there because he's Kamala's assistant. He went up there.
That was your wife?
Yes, yes, and he went up there to help her out, and there were ghosts throughout the building.
Yeah. Well, I why not?
Of course, I mean actually some places they get more guests because of the
It's a shift.
yeah.
A non-duality playground.
So why did you go to the hotel business, and then why did you suddenly go, you know what, I'm going to be an improv coach instead?
Oh. Well, so I moved to LA from a small town in Indiana.
Mhm.
And growing up in Indiana, I always was fascinated by the hotel industry as a kid. And so I thought, oh,
As a kid, you're
isn't that
like,
weird. We go,
I was only in the hotel industry.
yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird. I'm an odd boy. I don't fit in a lot of. It's okay. Let's move on. So family trips, right?
Yeah.
So we would get in our car. I have two sisters, and my mom and dad would get in our car. We drive. I remember one year we went to Hawaii. Other kids go to Disney World, Disneyland,
Yeah.
whatever for vacation. Niagara Falls. We went to Cheyenne.
Oh,
Do not be jealous.
Yeah.
So
sounds good.
anyway, we get in the car, and I would take the Holiday Inn directory,
Yeah.
and I would circle. I'd map out how far we get. Oh, we're going to end up in Lincoln, and I would circle, and there's a Holiday Inn. It has a pool. I mean,
Oh man,
I
when
did
you're a
all
kid,
the
the pool is the biggest deal.
right.
Such a big deal.
Yeah.
What is it with kids and pools?
I don't know.
Like adults were like, okay, there's a pool. Kids like, I can't even go there if there's not a pool.
Exactly. That's how it
Yeah,
was. And
yeah.
if it was an indoor pool, forget it.
Oh my God,
Forget
I
it. I
love indoor
thought
pools.
I was.
Still to this day, I love indoor pools.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I had a real love for the hotels, and then I found out I could study that, and so I did at Purdue. And
I get it.
then I moved here because I was managing a singer-songwriter. This is a long story.
You were managing a singer-songwriter as well?
Who were you managing?
Somebody else.
I'm not gonna say who. I could say.
What? There's so many
It's not-
secrets on the show today. Like,
I don't mean to be
the
secretive.
hotel, who we managed.
So I managed a beautiful woman named Jean Cotter.
Oh, okay.
Jeanne. Her last name's Cotter. Cotter.
Like, welcome back, Cotter.
Right, but with a C.
Oh.
And Jeannie's phenomenal. Jeannie writes a lot of music. Some of it is liturgical music.
Who?
I know that's another big word for today.
Is that something they listen to in operating room?
Lasciviously
Yeah,
liturgical.
they listen to this. Well, probably some do. More probably listen to them when they're at church. But
Oh, I see church.
yeah.
I
So
thought
then
you said surgical music.
Oh.
that's something.
Yeah.
Does that exist?
Surgical
Probably
music,
not.
of course. Do you ever watch any of those TV shows where they have like a really pretentious surgeon? They always listen to like opera while they're performing. Maybe there's a specific
I
show.
hope they're doing that
Yeah,
during actual.
I hope
surgery.
so because it makes things a little calmer, maybe. For
Yeah.
as long as you're not listening to like some, requiem mass or something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
that
would
put
be.
it down. Still, yeah,
Thanks.
a little foreshadowing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so Jeannie, so I was managing Jeannie,
Yeah.
and then Jeannie and I ended up getting married. And
Oh,
it
God.
this.
This is a love story.
was a love story.
Wow.
And then I couldn't be gayer. Maybe you picked
Yeah,
up on that.
That's
And
that's the like.
This is a
that
strange
must
love
really
story.
through a little- But yeah, so we stopped being married, but after we were together for 10 years, married for 3 of those years. Yeah, she's lovely. So Jeannie and I are still very good friends, and so anyway, that's what got me to LA. And then I was every weekend for her work,
Yeah.
mine as well, but I
Yeah.
was managing her. we were always gone on the weekends. We
Yeah.
lived in LA, but we were always gone for her concerts and stuff. So one weekend we were home in LA. It's the first weekend here that I'd ever had. And I was a kid. I was that big.
Yeah, you're tiny.
But
Wow.
I was tiny. And I opened up the LA Weekly. Remember that, Bonnie?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I love the LA
Yeah.
Week.
And I closed my eyes and I pointed. I said, "What should we do tonight? It's our first weekend in LA." And I never lived here. I'd never been. Boom. And it was an improv show. And we went. And I couldn't believe this art form. I loved it so much. So
Where was it?
it's
What?
at the Groundlings. It's at the Groundlings. So
Groundlings.
yeah. So
Yes.
I went to the Groundlings, saw that show, and just loved it. I still love it over there. A lot of good friends over there. And so that's kind of where
Is that where you started taking classes, or?
I did. Yeah. I took classes there.
So what is the now in Improv for the People?
Yeah.
Who are your improv gurus, or the people that you really take a lot of their craft and utilize it in your own teaching?
Oh.
Like Viola Spolin or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Or do you make up your own?
We have some of our own content and structures that we've curated. And I'll talk about, may I talk about improvisers who inspire me?
Yes, please. Please. That would be so good if you would do that.
Just talk about something. Which
please.
camera do I look at?
There's so many cameras, I can't even tell. This one that we're on right now is that one.
Okay, so I should look at that one.
Yeah, now this segment is improv artists that inspire you.
Yeah.
Yes. And here we are in the same place again.
Well, there are a lot.
There are a lot. Oh.
There are. Certainly inside of IFTP, the main company is. I'm gonna do it. If I forget somebody, I'm going to.
Okay, he's going to tell us the company, everybody's names.
Shelley Pack, wonderful. Ava Abdullah, wonderful. Benjamin Roth, wonderful. Liam Clancy,
Not as good.
That is good.
not as good. Boney.
Hey, Boney, what about if you go over to that watch party, we can look at the people on the website, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Oh,
channel-
yeah.
give him a little bit of
Jamie Parkinen,
fancy names. Yeah.
wonderful. Gavin Constanza,
Yeah.
wonderful. Michael Lee Evans, Michael Donald Chowder. He's
What?
got 19.
What?
Chowder?
I call
They
him
call him
Chowder.
Chowder?
Call him Chowder.
It's a different tab, maybe.
And then can I just keep talking?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
yeah.
What is
Now,
that?
keep going.
Showing the classes
There it is.
at the
So, no, you're going to show the coaches. See on the top there? It says
Oh yeah,
coach.
coaches.
coaches.
We just get a visual.
That's a good idea.
This is an idea that I
Coaches, here they
upper right.
That's our website.
That's your website, and there you
Oh,
are.
there we go. So there's me. Let's get off of that. Yeah, there's Ava, Benjamin, Gavin, Jamie, Michael.
Which one's Chowder? Is that Chowder?
Liam. Michael is Chowder. Shelley Pack taught with us for a while, but then Shelley moved. She still comes back for shows. She's an hour away. She's a phenomenal improviser. And then others who inspire. And then I'm not just saying this. I'm not just saying this. This is truth.
Okay.
When you come to IFTP and you're a new member, I don't care if you're new, been around 15 years
Yeah.
or 10 years, whatever it is,
Mhm.
6 months, I'm inspired by them as well. If I had time and a list, I would, and I'm not being gratuitous, I would name every single one of them.
Really?
Let's talk about that for a minute. I would name every single one of them as an inspiration to me, and I think the other faculty members would agree with this.
Wow, that's cool.
They give up, listen, think about this, and you guys know this. They give up a Monday night, a Tuesday night, a Wednesday night, or a Saturday morning.
Mhm.
They drive, they park, they walk over, they give up 2.5 hours as class, so 3 hours by the time you're in and out.
Mhm.
That's a chunk of time for busy people in LA.
Yeah.
That is a chunk of time, and they're there week after week after week, learning and performing and crafting and collaborating in this very challenging yet fulfilling art form.
Mhm.
That to me, they're the true inspiration to me, and I'm not being silly.
I like
Okay,
that.
that is the truth.
Can you give us a little applause, Boney? There's a little button with like hands clapping on that little to your left on the little control panel.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
just go
see.
ahead.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Yay!
Yeah.
And think about this. Think about a new improviser or a new person that comes to Improv for the People.
Yeah.
They sign up on this website.
Yeah.
Maybe they heard about us. Maybe a friend told them. However, they found out.
Yeah.
They show up. Okay. It's
Yeah.
one thing to come after you've been coming for a while. You have friends, whatever. They show up. They don't know anybody. They've
Mhm.
never been in the building. They don't know the art form. They don't know me. They don't know the other teachers. And I'm so proud of someone like that.
Yes, it's hard. It's like, when you go on the set of a show that if you're a guest star or something, you don't know anything that's
Yeah.
going on. Everything is new and you just have to go and jump in and do it.
Yeah.
I think that is such a brave thing to do. I want to ask you about improv itself, because improv is different from a lot of things because you don't prepare, you prepare as a performer, but then
Yeah.
you go in and you have to be super present.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering about what you enjoy about improv as opposed to sketch comedy, as opposed to acting. What is it about improv? Is it therapeutic? Is there something about your subconscious that you're interested in getting to? What do you think improv is that brings out? What does that bring out in you as a performer and as a viewer?
Yeah. I'll speak from the performer side
Yeah.
first. To to create something on the spot that never was there until that very moment, in collaboration with another artist or artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
That to me is very, very fulfilling. And the joyful struggle,
The joyful struggle.
right? Of
Yeah.
making something work and creating characters on the spot and points of view. And yes, you can work on all those things in class, and we should, and we do. But you never know what suggestion you're going to get from an audience. You never know what's going to happen in the moment. And also to see human beings without these things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're doing what you and I are doing, and
Yeah.
Boney, right?
And Boney.
And collaborating and creating.
Yeah.
That is so, yes, it's fun and funny and all that, which is great, but it's so necessary for humanity, to keep us grounded. And
I think you're right.
it's such a beautiful.
Do you think about the funny while you're doing it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do this. It's going to be really fun.
No,
Yeah,
No.
that's a trap.
I've never gotten a laugh. And
I've never ever gotten a laugh.
We say in IFTP a lot. I think a lot of
Yeah.
improvisers would say that, if not all of us, is that we don't come to improv to be funny. We come here. The humor comes from the
Struggle.
the joyful struggle and the character creation, the relationship creation, the emotional adjustments. All those things that are happening in the moment, all through the tenets of yes and what that means. It's just being very present to one another.
Mm-hmm.
That's what an audience finds funny. That's what we as artists, improvisers, find fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
I love jokes. I love a well-crafted joke.
Yeah.
More, as much as the next person. Then go do some stand-up or go watch some stand-up. That's great.
It's time for a segue.
Uh-oh. Very serious music.
This is very serious talk. Talking about connecting with other people.
I have a question.
Oh, yes. Go ahead, Mom.
My question is,
Yeah.
you have the groundlings and you have Upright Citizens Brigade, and they have different things they focus on, like characters or like narrative or structure. Can you explain the different schools of improvisation?
That's a good question, Bonnie.
Yeah, thank you, Bonnie. I can't explain their approaches, the other schools. I can tell you my experience from the Groundlings. My experience is that they're very character driven, and that was my experience, and and it's awesome. It's fantastic.
Character driven.
Yeah.
They're about creating characters.
Well, I don't want to speak for the Groundlings.
No.
You should have a Groundlings person here. You should have Mindy Sterling on your show.
Should I get one now? Mindy Sterling, I would love to have her on.
Yeah,
the show.
let's make it happen.
Okay.
Dear friend, love her.
Great.
Jonathan Mangum, another one of my favorites. Anna Search, the list goes on. Wayne Brady. Here's the thing. What's the question? I can talk about
what's the
The different
difference
techniques
between
of these different.
approach, and then there's another approach. I didn't really understand it when Mike Knox says Groundlings is character, UCB is story.
Can you put that on the screen?
Oh, sure. I think so.
Just
I think
let's do
I don't think I know. At IATP, we're an amalgamation of those things, right?
Yeah.
We do character work, we do point of view work. We do have a sketch course that's very, very fun.
oh, cool.
And Yeah, when a member first starts, there's a lot of short form, a lot of games, a lot of structure to kind of help them,
Mhm.
kind of find their way. And then we
Yeah.
kind of pull the training wheels off. We get into some what we call medium form, then into some long form.
So you do a lot of different. You do focus on character and on story. You think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we do.
Is there? What do you do if you get into a situation where you know the bit is not working? And
Well,
is there such a thing as it not
oh yeah,
working? Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, it depends if it's
What
in
are
a
kind of tricks that you can kind of like?
well, if you're in a show
Yeah.
and it's depending on how the scene is set up, if there's one of us that can enter
Yeah.
into a scene that's struggling a little bit, if we can make an entrance that's going to help it,
Yeah.
make the entrance. If you can make an exit and help the scene, make the exit.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
If it depends on if it's editable, like
Yeah.
one of us is in the back, and clap and get rid of it. Just get rid of it all
So
together.
it's sort of like wrestling where you to tag in. Like
Yeah,
you don't.
yeah.
You've got people in the wings or people in the chairs or something.
I watch wrestling for the singlets.
Yeah. Oh my
the-
God, yeah. It's so hard
they're
to pay
cute.
attention to anything.
Yeah, right. I can't
It's
get
like-
past the
it's like, wow.
stinglets.
Yeah. We don't generally wear those. Like,
What?
we don't wear. Oh wait, you maybe
Joel wears
What?
them all the time.
I mean,
I don't
not-
know what he's talking
not out,
about.
What?
not out in public, but
Oh, did you see Howard's comment?
What did Howard say?
Well, I don't get it word for word, but I saw
Yeah.
enough to know that Howard makes the point. There it is.
Matthew's only 13 years old. He's a February 29th baby. Oh my God! No way!
Yeah,
No way! I didn't even know you guys knew
Joel.
each other. Really? I think that's
go way back.
So
Howard and I did a lot of comedy together at Cool Beans Comedy. So any stand-up comics that are watching or people interested in stand-up, they should check out
Cool Beans.
Cool Beans.
I checked it out yesterday. for
You
the
did?
first time. Yeah.
Yeah, Corey Martin Craig does a great
Get
job.
him on the show, maybe.
Get him on the show. So
Bob Kirk. I studied with David Shepard Improv Olympics and improv with out-of-the-way players in Toronto.
Canada has a great
They have a
Canada
great
has
tradition
got a great tradition of
of
improv, right?
comedy, right?
Kids in
Improv.
the hall.
Kids in the Hall, Second City, right? I mean, isn't that from Canada?
I don't know. I think it's from Chicago.
Oh, yeah, it's from Chicago. But no, but they had a lot of them came from Canada. Like, remember the show Second City?
Yeah,
They were all Canadians, right?
look, Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, yeah. And Martin Short.
Sure, Canadians.
Canadians.
There's something
right?
up there.
There's something
something
going
going
on
on
with
up there.
Second City and Canada.
Let's get back to my birthday.
Okay. Yeah, let's
February
talk about
29th.
it.
I was born on that weird day that only comes every 4
Yeah.
years. So I actually have a real birthday coming up. I haven't had a birthday in
What do you celebrate it like on the other day and you're just like, this is not as good? Or do you just
yeah, no, I celebrate when I was a kid. I tried to celebrate them both. Hey, Mom, Dad, can I? And they're like, no pickles. So I think most leap year baby would say February 28th.
Yeah.
Because we were born in February. March. I wasn't born in March, so
Yeah.
February 28th.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: when there is a February 29th,
Yeah.
which camera?
That one right there.
It's my day. Okay,
He owns that day.
my day.
February 29th. All right. Well, that
Turning
is
14.
yeah. Wow.
When's your birthday?
October 23rd.
Wait, what is this? You
I'm
just
like-
had one recently.
I'm like on a cusp.
What are
I'm
you?
gonna leave
Joel
the story.
forgot how old he was, and he argued with me
Well,
about it. And I said, "You're X," and he said, "I'm X minus 1." And then I said, "No, you're X." And then his brother said, "Yes, he's X."
I try not to say my age in
How old are
Hollywood.
you? Oh,
Yes.
you're
He's
not gonna say-
X.
I'm not going to
He
answer.
won't answer you.
Anybody can figure it out, but it's just sort of like,
IMDb
you
you.
can no, it's not on there.
Oh,
It's
no.
nowhere, but it's easy to figure out from my references, of course.
Okay.
And if I reference HR Pup and stuff, you know that I'm.
Um,
We had
Dan, you're a relic.
we had Marty Croft on the show.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
he just passed away.
He
like,
just died.
show 2 years ago.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that
I
you passed
know.
away.
Cluster fan likes the
Like,
elephant.
you get some comments.
Well, a lot of people are correct saying that Second City is from Chicago. We knew that,
Yeah.
and then the TV show is from Canada.
Okay, so isn't that weird? I wonder. We'll have to find out the history of that at some point.
Mm.
Because Second City is the name for Chicago. Chicago used to be called the Second City because it was second only to New York
To New York, yeah.
in population.
It's also the Windy City.
Why didn't they?
This
call
is where viewers start clicking.
This is where they're just like, oh my God, what are these guys talking about? Maybe they'll get to talking about stand-up comedy.
Okay, let's do that.
You do stand-up comedy as
Yeah.
well.
I do.
All improv people don't do stand-up comedy.
All improv people. That's true.
What made you decide, hey, I want to do, I like this real collaborative thing, but I want to go do some solo?
I just like making people laugh. I've always been a kid I was always a funny one, and growing up, and it's funny. My sister came out. Her name is Kelly. I have two sisters, Mary Beth and Kelly. And Kelly came out several years ago to see me perform at the Ice House, and it was a Cool Beans show. It was packed, and she told me, well, we're out in the outdoor courtyard area.
Yeah.
After the show, it was a really fun show. And an audience member came up to my sister, because I pointed my sister out during the show. And Kelly lives in Indiana, but she was here for the weekend. And the lady went over to her and said, oh, your brother is so funny. What's it like to see him on stage? And she rolled her eyes. She goes, he's been on stage for 50 years. We've had to put up with this crap in the living room for 50 years. So I don't speak to her anymore.
Did you ever, when did you start segueing over to doing stand-up as well? Was that 15 years ago, or was that
yeah, no, I was doing improv first, and then they're kind of in tandem. So I've done stand-up, I think, for like about 12, 13 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you learn from Cool Beans, or what's your mentors in that?
For stand-up?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I taught at Cool Beans.
Oh, you taught it.
And
you stand-up as well?
not anymore, but I did for about 10 years. And but they got a great program that continues there.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Who were your mentors in comedy?
Oh, so like you mentioned, HR Puff and stuff.
Yes.
I'm gonna make some names. I love Joan Rivers.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
Really, I got choked up.
They just donated her.
Lips.
No, she had
Notebook.
She had a filing cabinet full of jokes.
They're sitting in her documentary.
Yeah, they just donated to this museum, this comedy museum.
That's amazing.
There for their
Yeah, she had
posterity.
right. She
But I wonder if you'll be able to like open up and look at the jokes, because it's got 65
Gosh, she's funny.
jokes.
She was so damn funny. I met her.
You did?
Yeah, I met her. She stayed at one of our hotels, and
You met her before you were into improv.
met during.
During.
I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much time we have, but I'll
Well, I
make
don't
this.
know, Bonnie, how are we doing on time?
Oh, you got 12 minutes.
Okay.
So I was managing. I was on the management team of one of the hotels. I'm happy to say the Fairmont Miramar Hotel in Santa Monica. Beautiful property. Go stay there or have dinner. Anyway, I was in our morning meeting. The general manager there was like 14 of us, and the general manager, we had a high profile politician, celebrity, anybody high profile come in, one of us would be assigned to really take care of that guest to make sure everything was smooth.
That's not very for the people, but okay.
Well,
Sort of like improv for this fancy people.
improv for the fancy people.
Yeah, right.
But this was a
Different
fancy
thing.
hotel,
It's
so
a
two
organization.
different things. Anyway, so I never was assigned a celebrity. We had a lot of them.
Yeah.
I was never assigned anyone. I might never get anybody. And then the day came.
Yeah.
The day came that the GM said, okay, we have a celebrity arriving tomorrow morning, and this is her arrival time, and Matthew would like you to take care of her. And I said, oh, who is it? He says, Joan Rivers. And I said, why do you want me why did you give me Joan Rivers? And he goes, you know why. So they put the game manager. I could not sleep that night.
Yeah.
And she was as lovely and funny and witty and charming as you might imagine.
Yeah.
She was lovely.
Wow.
Yeah, she was great.
I mean, I thought she lived here, so I wonder why she'd be staying at the
I think she lives in, well, she probably had homes in most cities, but
yeah, she probably lived all over the place.
well, I'll tell you why she was here that time. She did a one-woman show all over the place, but I think she was doing a preview at the Geffen. And she came and stayed at that hotel when she did that.
Nice.
Yeah. But this interview is not about Joan Rivers. It's about Matthew Moore.
But we love to hear anecdotes about celebrities.
So I love her. I love Joan. I love Don Rickles.
Yeah.
That's like.
Did you ever meet Don Rickles?
No, I wish. Did you?
No. I wish.
God, he's great.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson, David Letterman. Those they my DNA.
Steve Martin?
Yeah, I like Steve Martin. Yeah, he's okay.
Steve Martin was my favorite.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that put me off on the wrong foot when I started doing comedy, because his comedy is just so absurd and off the wall,
Yeah.
And
How would you describe your comedy?
Hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah. So funny that you can't even breathe.
I'm gonna put you on my list.
I like to, well, I'm sort of evolving as a comedian. I've been doing it for, I don't know, maybe a decade now.
Yeah.
But I do like to tell more. I'm kind of similar to you in that I like to tell kind of cohesive stories and have jokes in them.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. Like if
Yeah.
you see a set of mine, you'll probably only see like 2 kind of bits, but there'll be longer bits with jokes in them, and it'll be like. And people oftentimes, and this is the compliment that I enjoy from people, is they say, "Why didn't you get as much time as other people got?" And the fact is, maybe I'm just hoping you were more engaged in the story of it. You know what I mean? Rather than just joke.
Yeah, I think a lot of stand-up is changing. I think there is more storytelling now,
Yeah.
and maybe like with your style than
Yeah, it could
maybe in
be.
the past. I don't know.
I don't know. I think when I first got into comedy, I wasn't.
No,
I don't know what's going
I
on.
don't know what's happening.
But when I first got into comedy, I wasn't looking at joke structure. I was just being weird,
Yeah.
essentially, telling my life stories and being weird. And just recently, I mean, the last few years, I've gotten to maybe there's structure to jokes.
Yeah. Don't sell yourself out to structure.
Maybe that'll help you.
I've seen you do your bits, for lack of a better word, in front of Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah,
That's so funny.
I love doing it.
Right?
I'm gonna do more of it.
Really clever.
It seems to be something that the YouTube people that watch YouTube that don't know me seem to really enjoy.
Oh man, I've watched a few of them. They're super funny.
What I like about it too is people don't respond to you as if you're a comedian. They respond to you as if you're crazy. Or at least, yeah, maybe you are. Then maybe there's a fine line.
Maybe. Are you kidding me?
Don't you feel like being a comedian sometimes? Sometimes I wonder, are we that are comedians? Is there something wrong with us?
Yes. Yes. Who does that? Who does what we do? Who does that?
We have this need to do this. We really enjoy getting up on stage. A lot of times it's terrifying.
Totally. I did a set. We've all had our share of crappy sets, and we'll have them again. And we've had our share of good ones. But I don't know if you feel this way, Joel. But I had a rough set one time, and I called my friend. I'm going to name drop. You ready? Michelle Buteau.
Oh my God, Michelle.
She's a lovely friend.
Oh, cool.
And anyway, I called her up and I said, "Oh, Michelle just didn't go well." And she said something I'll never forget. And she's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's a brilliant actress and comedian and writer. She says, "Matt, we're only as good as our last set." Right? And we hang on to that stuff. Like, I shouldn't be doing this anymore, but we got a good one.
Yeah.
I own this thing.
It's true.
Right? I own this town.
So true. Yeah. I don't know if you find this either, but I find when I have a really good set, the next day can be kind of shitty.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also am kind of like, oh man, what am I going to do next? You know, there's that feeling of like, oh my God, what am I going to do next?
Yeah.
Oh my God, and now they're going to expect me to do that every night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you have a bad set, you feel bad the next day because you're like, oh my God, why am I even a comedian? What am I doing? The other people were funny.
Yeah.
It's that's just part of the process, and part of I guess part of the insanity is to keep going after that.
You have to.
You have to.
You absolutely have
and
to.
that need that you kind of feel like. The other thing about stand-up comedy for me, and this is not an interview about me, but it makes me feel happy. You know?
Yeah, it's like Carol Burnett once said.
Yes.
She was asked by an audience member. She did this several times. She'd go on tour and talk about her show and all that. Anyway, I was at one of those, and she was asked by an audience member, "Why do you do what you do?" She goes, "Oh, I love to make people laugh. It's the best feeling." And she said, "It's the second best feeling a human can have."
Yeah. I
think she was referring to sex.
You think? Or was it maybe ice cream?
I don't know. Maybe ice cream. Yeah. Well, boy, is my face red.
Oh my God.
Anyway, there's nothing better than hearing all that laughter just like hit you.
Yeah.
When you're on stage.
Yeah, as long as people, it's not like the height of COVID, then it's like,
Oh, Joel got COVID from flappers. Flappers gave him COVID. The people were laughing in his face so much they gave him COVID.
It's not. I don't want to say that.
I'll take Joel's time at Flappers. I love you.
Fantastic place. late.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's not their fault at all.
It's too late now. By the way, this vodka, is it Russian?
It's so good. Yeah, only Russian vodka around here. I think we're gonna have to end the show.
What? Why? It's not time. Oh, it is. It's time
It's
for the
starting.
dance break.
It's time for the dance break.
But
This is something I didn't tell you.
we missed the fact that that Mike Knox met Steve Martin.
Mike Knox met Steve Martin.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
I want to hear about that, Mike Knox. I don't know if you can get it all into a chat, but I definitely want to hear about that.
Mike is an Improv for the People member.
Is he?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Mike is everywhere.
I know he's-
He's really talented. You know, I saw him do stand up at Deaf Noodles a month
Oh, you
or so
did?
ago. Yeah, and he was great. He was great.
Mike and I did a show downtown LA. I don't know, Mike, what, about maybe a month ago?
And Mike is also an author.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
an author.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what I want to do at the end here. I want to wrap this up a little bit, but I want to say one thing.
Do you want to play the guitar?
You're in the back.
Oh yes, let's do the improv guitar.
No, we're not doing
Improv-
improv.
Time bomb.
No, I want to talk about the ballet.
Oh my God.
Because for
Ballet?
some reason you're in a ballet, and I think it's like tonight or something.
Opening
What?
night is tonight.
What?
Yes,
Yes.
you're in a ballet.
What
So-
the
and
heck
it's a-
is happening?
It's the Nutcracker Ballet with the Hollywood Ballet.
What?
It's opening night tonight. There's another show tomorrow night.
Bonnie,
December
can you
1
get
and
the
2.
graphic on the screen? Over on the right side, there might be like a folder with a bunch of images in it. And one says Nutcracker.
Tickets are
Oh my God.
hollywoodballet.org.
HollywoodBallet.org. I actually have a link in the show notes.
You do? That's so nice of you. And I've been in rehearsals for 2 weeks. This may come as a shock to you, Bonnie, and your viewers.
Yeah.
I'm not a ballet dancer.
Oh my!
I know.
But look at the way you're sitting.
I know. Sitting like that.
I look-
Oh, that's what you
Even-
Yeah, it's at the Aratani Theater downtown LA. Beautiful venue.
Wait, is that you?
Yeah, that's
Oh my God! You look great.
That's Julia.
I like the tutu.
Juliana. Juliana plays Clara. Hudson is the artistic director of and I play Dr. Stahlbaum. I'm the wealthy man in town who hosts the Christmas ceremony. And do I dance? I do.
You do?
I do. I do too.
You dance?
Yes. I've
Wow,
been
really?
2 weeks of intense training, and I don't dance like they do.
This is crap.
Yes,
You
yes.
were like, I'm going to do this interview so that I get my mind off the
Kind
fact
of.
that I have the ballet going.
I was nervous about the interview too, but I kind of.
Yeah.
But it was last night. Was dress rehearsal. You don't come to see me. Come to see these phenomenal dancers at the Hollywood Ballet. Seriously, they are world class.
I'm sure it's probably sold out by now.
There are some tickets left for tonight, Friday night, and there are a handful left for Saturday.
Oh,
They're-
are they very expensive?
I think they start at 69 and up.
Oh,
The ballet.
that's
Ballet
it's
for the
worth
people.
it. It's very, very pretty.
You got something.
Very, very, very pretty.
Not improv, not it's a natural thing. Subtract.
Subscribe to our channel.
All right, so now this is the part that I didn't tell you about.
Okay. What time?
We're going to play some music,
Okay.
and we're going to dance.
I have to dance. Okay.
And then that's going to be the end of the show.
Do I just dance in my chair?
Yeah, we
You could stand too if you want. Oh my God, this is so good! Look at him go! Just call go!
Yeah, it's an old disco club for old guys. Somebody should bring back old Pan Harry's.
I feel safest of all. I can lock all my doors. It's the only way to live in cars.
All the gay guys just live in one house.
Here in my car, I can only receive. I
Love
can
it, you're
listen
in
to you. It keeps me stable for days and cars.
These are not my ballet moves, by the way. What is that? Yeah.
Here in my car, where the image breaks down. Will you visit me, please? If I open my
Why?
door
It's so
in
good!
cars.
I love it. I want to
Here
continue
in my
more
car, I
and
know
more
I'm
and
starting
more.
to think about leaving
Go
tonight.